Hello, Madison, Wisconsin, and the Dane County Fair fairgoers. My name is Keith Nitka. I'm the Battleship Operations Manager aboard Battleship Wisconsin.
And I am Chief Petty Officer Andrew Borman from Green Bay, Wisconsin, currently stationed aboard Commander Carrier Strike Group 4.
We're excited to be part of your online fair and special Hometown Hero Day.
This year, Navy Week is partnering with the Wisconsin County and Dane County fairgoers to bring you everything Navy, including engaging videos, demonstrations, and a tour aboard the USS Wisconsin. So I joined the Navy out of Green Bay, Wisconsin in 2006, so that puts me at about 14 years of active duty service, and I've been a Chief Petty Officer for just 1 year. Everywhere I've been, from DC to Virginia Beach, overseas, has given me a very good aspect of what life is like outside of Wisconsin, but at the same time it has also left me with the pride I have in Wisconsin, being able to tell people about where I'm from and what it's like to serve in the Navy, being from a non-coastal town.
So Battleship Wisconsin has 2 anchors. So each anchor is attached to the anchor chain. The anchor chain is roughly 1,100 feet long. And then it goes into the chain locker, which is down inside the bowels of the ship. But before getting there, we have to go through some animals on the forecastle. Now, did you know that there are animals that live on the forecastle of ships? I'm not going to talk about all of them today. We're just going to talk about the 3 that are involved with the chain. So the first one is this guy right here. That's a pelican hook. So the pelican hook is an augmented lock for the chain lock. And it's called a pelican hook because it is on a hinge, and when you pop it open, it'll look like a pelican's beak. The second animal is the frog's foot. The frog's foot is what actually holds the pelican hook to the deck. So there's the pelican hook, a shackle, a turnbuckle, another chain, and then the frog's foot there. Then the last animal on the forecastle, the very important one as far as chains go, is these 2 right here. Those are wildcats. Now the wildcat is what we actually use to hoist the chain in, hoist the anchor in, and also let it out. And we do that with those 4 hand wheels. So these 2 hand wheels here in the middle are locks. That is the lower and the raise on the starboard anchor. That is the lower and the raise on the port anchor. The further I turn it out, the faster it'll go. The further I turn it in, the faster it will bring in. And then these are the locks that actually hold it in place. So the anchor chain is attached, or the anchor is attached to the anchor chain. It wraps around the wildcat, and then it goes down into the chain locker. So our next stop is going to be the anchor windlass room, which is directly below us. So here we are inside the anchor windlass room, Battleship Wisconsin. Directly above us is where we were before. These are the 2 wheels that were on the inside, the brakes, in essence, as I was saying upstairs. And then this is the hand wheel for the speed on the port side, and then that's the hand wheel for the speed on the starboard side. So the brakes are friction brakes. As I turn the handles, they'll get tighter and tighter and tighter, eventually to the point where the chain's not moving anymore. And then that's when we use the pelican hooks. We clamp those on. There's 4 of them up there. And we'll clamp those on, and that'll augment the friction brake, because again, it is a friction brake. It's only as tight as I can make it by hand. So the windlass itself, a windlass is a vertical winch, and that's this here. So when we were up on the main deck, there was the black wildcat that the chain went around. This is the windlass itself. The motor is next to it, and it's a 225 horsepower electric motor, runs on electricity, but the winch itself, or the windlass, works on hydraulic fluid. It's all hydraulically operated. This is the brake. It's a friction brake, like I was saying. I turn the wheel and it'll eventually get tighter and tighter and tighter and keep this thing from spinning. So this is the port side windlass. This is the starboard side windlass. And the chain comes down here here through the spurler pipes. So the chain is running directly through there. As I was saying, the chain is approximately 1,100 feet long. Each link in the chain weighs approximately 123 pounds. And it all comes down into there, and it rests down in the chain locker. So if you look down there, you can actually see all the way at the bottom, you can see chain. And you'll actually see a white link, and that is one of the shots, because the chain is broken up into shots. That lets us know how much chain we've actually put out onto the ocean floor. Here we are on the 08 level navigation bridge. So for those of you that aren't familiar, the Navy is big on redundancy. So we have an 04 level navigation bridge and an 08 level navigation bridge. Now when I say 04 and 08, in essence in Navy lingo, that just means the 4th floor or the 8th floor. We were on the main deck, and we're now 8 stories up in the air. So this is the 08 level navigation bridge. So everything that you can do down in the regular navigation bridge, we can do here. You have to use your imagination, but this is where the ship's helm would be. And so the helmsman would stand here. Helmsman is the guy who steers the ship, of course. And then right here, this is your engine order telegraph. Or if, for those of you that don't know, the engine order telegraph is the gas pedal. The officer of the deck would also be up here and give commands to the ship as far as going here, going there, go this fast, go this slow, that sort of thing. Now, of course, also around here we have where the navigators work. This space back here. This is the chart house. Up here we would keep the plot for the ship as far as where we're going. Now, in Navy lingo, a chart is a map. So imagine a road map for the world. We keep them up here, and we can navigate from in here, just as long as we can hear what the officer of the deck is saying to the helm and the lee helm. So we'll step back out here, and again, just like the bridge has a bridge wing, we have a bridge wing up here as well. So this is the 08 level navigation bridge wing. Out here on a nice day, the officer of the deck could be out here sunning himself and also giving commands to the helm and the lee helm. You can see we got a bird's eye view of the ship and also the city. Looking down below you, you got turrets 1 in front and then turret 2 behind it. This computer here is the Mark 41 stable vertical. Has the firing keys on it and the salvo alarm. This is the Mark 8 computer. This is the fire control computer. Both computers are electromechanical analog computers, so they work on gears and knobs and switches and tubes. And the technology that's in both of these computers was used to fight the Japanese in World War II in the South Pacific, was also used in 1991 to fight against Saddam Hussein and the Iraqi troops in the Gulf War, in Desert Storm. Same exact technology, nothing is different about it. The only thing that was different was the powder that was used in the guns themselves. So, the first thing we do is need to come up with a firing solution. The Mark 8 takes care of that for us. The Mark 8 gets information from the ship as far as our course, our speed, the wind direction, the sea state, all those kinds of things. Goes into this computer automatically from the ship. What we need to give it is a target. So if our target is a moving target, we need to give this computer our target's course and our target's speed. We also need to give this computer its bearing, or the target's bearing and range from us, and then this computer figures out a firing solution. If it is a stationary target, we just have to give it its bearing and range from us to the target. The computer figures out the rest. Once we get a firing solution, we let the tactical action officer who's in the 03 level combat engagement center know that we now have a firing solution and are ready to fire. When he calls for us to fire, that's when this computer comes into the play. This is again the Mark 41 stable vertical. It has 3 firing keys. So this is the actual firing key. This one we're going to come back to. This is the salvo alarm. So you can see there's nothing fancy about it. It looks just like a pistol grip on a gun. And what we're going to do once we have the firing solution, once the TAO tells us we can fire the guns, is sound the salvo alarm. It's 3 pulls on the salvo alarm. The last pull is a long pull. So it's 1, 2, 3. And as soon as I let that go, I then pull the trigger and fire the gun, and away it goes. So I can't really tell you too much about the Chief's Mess outside of the fact that the Chief's Mess here, of course, is where E7s, E8s, and E9s took their meals. And then back behind us here is where their berthing area and their lounge was. So Chief, can you elaborate a little bit more about what exactly being a Chief in the Navy means?
Oh, it means everything. Growing up in Wisconsin and joining the Navy at 18, I never thought I'd be wearing the uniform of a Chief Petty Officer. The Chief's Mess is one of those places on board the ship where the magic happens. The officers appointed over us will come up with a plan, and I've heard it several times before. Officers run the Navy, but Chiefs make the Navy run. So that plan is taken into the Chief's Mess. We develop how we're going to accomplish it, and we go out to the deck plates and we make it work. Again, I want to wish everybody back in Madison, Wisconsin, and all the Dane County fairgoers a happy Navy week. Look forward to seeing you all soon. Go Navy, beat Army.